When I was young, I looked for any opportunity I could find not to do my homework. I can remember one day sitting down and calculating how many hours I was spending in school and in extracurricular activities and sleeping. My findings were that I was spending too much time in school to be expected to do my homework. Many people hold the same view. That is, that students are spending enough time in school as it is. However, I would like to propose that there is a need to increase the amount of time students are in school. This has many benefits, but the few I would like to touch on are the correlation between time in school and student performance, and how a few extra hours of school reduces the need for homework. We know that the more time a student can devote to studying a subject, the more adept they will become in that subject. It's the reason why adages like practice makes perfect are so popular. However, the current school system isn't designed to produce proficient students. Think of it. During the school day, teachers are expected to cram lessons, specials, seminaries, lunch, and recess into only a 6.5-hour period. This schedule doesn't leave much time for students to hone in on what they are learning. The solution is simple. Provide teachers with more time to give instructions and practice. David Foreman has compiled research on this, and in his report on expanding time in schools in America, what he found indicates this to be true. Schools with longer school days do on average have slightly higher performing students. Even still, Sandoval-Hernandez is skeptical of this solution. She believes that there is no correlation between school length and student performance. Rather, she writes in her policy brief number 1 that the proportion of time in the classroom devoted to purely teaching-related tasks results in increased student achievement. She refers to this time as effective teaching. This argument is valid since increased time alone will not be beneficial to students if it is used poorly. For instance, students spend an extra hour each day practicing walking quietly up and down the halls. However, a well-trained teacher would be able to make better use of this time. Farben found that expanded time schools have on average 25% more hours in school than the national average. This means 25% more hours of the effective teaching Sandoval-Hernandez is so concerned students receive. In addition to this, increased time in school would mean a decreased need for homework. A school focused on task mastery during school hours can be certain that students will be leaving each day well versed in their studies. Therefore, teachers would not need to send them home with packs of practice worksheets. Additionally, the extra time could be used for students to work on big projects. This means they won't have to drag this workload home, where internet access and other resources can be limited. Some may fear that more time in school means less time for extracurricular activities. However, without homework, students will have plenty of time for their other activities. David Foreman wrote in another article called "The Case for Improving and Expanding Time in Schools," the irony of this. He states, "The great irony is that our nation's public school system has held a rigid adherence to the conventional calendar of 180 6.5-hour school days for almost 100 years. I think it is time for us to re-examine why this policy is still standing when we are well aware of the benefits of adding more time to school." Thank you.